So, do you remember I found this skelly spawner in this cave over here? Yeah, well, like a good micro, I was going to make myself a skelly grinder to get some XP. So in the process of digging down to make a hole so that they would damage their ankles and be easier to kill for me, I came across this thing here. Another spawner, almost directly under the first one. Couldn't believe me luck. So I suppose now we have to do something with both of them, don't you think? After I deal with these buggers here. Alright, well, that's easily done now that I have good weapons. Alright. Now that I've lit this up and made it a little safer for us to maneuver in, I can have a look at what's in these chests. Okay, we've got some books and efficiency 5, I will take that, and a notch apple. Excellent. I never use those. I always hoard them away, but I've got one nonetheless. Over here we have some discs. Cat, excellent. 13. I don't want 13. I already have 13. Stupid chest. Well, I already have a design in mind for this thing, so I have to gather some resources now. But more importantly, I have to get some XP. I'll tell you why. I do not have a Silk Touch pick. I have a couple of picks that are half decent now to be able to dig that hole that I need to be digging. But I'm going to need a Silk Touch pick, and that means XP. So some of these diamonds and some redstone here will help me do that. Very, very slowly, apparently. There has to be a better way. And there is a better way. Get some quartz in the nether. Much better for XP. Even if you're risking your life. Well, it'll all be worth it in the end. No doubt. And it was worth it in the end. Look at all the goodies I got from that. And I got a good few levels. Didn't even take me that long. Better get some... almost hit that guy. I would never be lucky enough to get this first time, would I? Fortune, no. Breaking 3, please. No. Efficiency 4. Third time. That was, even with editing, that was the third time. I'm so happy. I think I'll climb the vines. What am I doing? It's hardcore. I'm going to break myself. And all that for this. That's right, I wanted Silk Touch so I could get myself some ice. It was all for this good stuff here. I hope it was worth it in the end. You'll see what I'm going to do with that any minute now. Why would you do that? Bad horse. Well, first things first, I got a diggy hole, don't I? And the problem with this, if it's much of a problem, not really, is that the spawners are 1 block offset. It would have been lovely if they weren't and they were directly above and below each other, but just 1 block offset means that my little tunnel down is going to be 1 block offset at some point, and that's fine. It's fine. It's going to look a little bit OCD infuriating, but you guys can handle it. I'm sure you can. So can I. Here's where the ice comes in. See what I did there? Look at it. Put the ice in. It was worth it. I'm telling you, it was worth it. Once I've dug up here, that's going to be the water elevator eventually. And then I got to dig out a big room. Well, I don't have to dig out a big room, but I've dug out a big room. Going to make it look fancy later. Here's the big room. On the left there is where those boys are going to stand until I hit them with my shovel. Now, maybe controversially, I've gone with a crimson hi-fi look for the interior of this thing. Now, bear with me. Trust the process, as they say. I have to trust the process too. I put a little bit of water down the bottom there so that when I inevitably fall, I don't crack myself open like Humpty Dumpty. Once I get up to this point here, I'm going to start putting in some tinted glass. Now, I had to go on a little bit of a hunt to find a geode in order to get the crystals for the amethyst crystals, isn't it, for the tinted glass. So that took a little bit of time, but probably boring for you, so I didn't add it into the video. But I got them, and boy, I got tons of them. Those things really give up a lot. I had forgotten how much. So the tinted glass is going to serve a particular purpose in this farm, and I'll show you what that purpose is. Once it's completed, we'll do a little walkthrough and I'll show you what that's about. Trust me, it all makes sense in the end. The interior of the big room here, I've kept fairly simple. I've just gone mostly with deep slate because I have tons of it. I've done the roof and the entrance with some stone, of course, and made use of some of the kelp that I collected because I was going to make my elevators up and down, and I always collect way too much, so I made some pillars out of it. Hope you like those. So let's do a walkthrough. I've made a pathway up to it, of course, continuing the pathway style that I had through the rest of the village. And here is the back of the place, because I wanted to talk to you about this. I made a little wall here, and I was thinking of continuing that down and maybe putting a pond in there for axolotls. Something to do later. Tell me in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Now, we walk in, and we've got a nice entrance, and have a look at that. This is what she looks like. I've got a couple of tools lying around, grindstone here and an anvil over here, but I don't have too much. I didn't go too busy with the decorations, mostly practical things. Over here I have a bin, that works as a bin right there. Throw things in if I need to. And you can see why I used the tinted glass now. I can see both of these spawners at once if I want to. If I go up to the edge here, that's the zombie spawner and the skelly spawner right up there at the top. And I'm hoping that, there you go, I was hoping that some guys would spawn and they'll fall down off of that water ledge. They fall. One is hanging on for dear life. He'll drop any second now up. There he goes. Perfect. Might not be the fastest farm in the world, but it'll work. And now I can peacefully reorganize the meat on their lower legs. Like this. Excellent. Now next on the agenda from last week's list was an iron farm. Remember? Yeah, you remember. But before I get an iron farm, I'm going to need a couple of things. One thing is villagers, and the other thing is name tags. So I gotta go fishing. Before I go fishing, there's always another thing, isn't there? I want to get a half-decent fishing rod. So I'm visiting some of these underwater temples here, trying to get myself an enchanted fishing rod or two, put them together so that it doesn't take forever to find myself a name tag. Once I had a couple of those, I decided to go fishing. There's a sign upon my door. This is too slow, let's speed it up. And so long as the world was working in fast motion, it didn't take too long for me to get me name tag. As a matter of fact, I stayed on a little longer and got a second one. There's a behind the scenes for you. Onwards to the village. I've just spotted something that I'm not sure about. Things change so much in this game that I'm recalling things perhaps from years ago. Perhaps it's real now, but there was a killer bunny once upon a time. Is he going to eat my face off? Perhaps not. He ran away from me, and it seems it wasn't a killer bunny, it was one of those bunnies. Once upon a time, there was two friendly parrots who decided not to spawn in a jungle because there's no jungles around here, not even close. Instead, they spawned in the snowy top of a mountain, where they definitely will live a long and happy life and not be eaten by snow foxes. Alright. Finally found my village, here we are, and at first glance it looks a little bit empty, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of hunting, check these doors. Found this guy on top of a roof. I'm having a weird day on Minecraft today. You're strange. There's strange things happening. Where is everybody? I think I finally found everybody. Billy No Mates wasn't invited to the meeting. Everybody's over there having a meeting. Not to worry, Billy, you can come back with me and we'll make our own village with Blackjack and, you know, yourself. Right, Billy, I'm building you a beautiful village breather here, and you've been very well behaved, I have to say, on that journey. And that was a long journey, by the way. A few thousand blocks at least, but he behaved himself pretty well the entire way, over land and over sea. And now you get the reward of this gorgeous house that I've built you right here. Isn't that beautiful, Billy? Hello? I'll even light it up for you. Look at this. Look, the comforts of home. Don't say I never did anything for you. Now, if I just put these on top, I'll know exactly where I left him with my beautiful house. You've never seen the likes. And with the magic of editing, here's the second guy that I grabbed from that village. he was just as well behaved, so hopefully he'll just pop in here when I ask. Hello, Billy? Were you waiting for me? I haven't fed you yet. That's fair enough that you'll be just staring at me like a psychopath. And maybe that's your mate's name here, Psychopath. How are you, Pat? Time to put you in the new house. I almost said hole. The new house is beautiful. All you have to do is go down and take your employment in a hole. That's right. It's like early industrial Britain. In you get. Off. Now, you were behaving yourself. Why are you going to make life difficult for me now? Ah, look at that. Sure, I couldn't ask for better. You're grand. Now, I have made this a wonderful village breeder. I'll get some bread and breed them up. Ah, you know me better than that, don't you? That's not me breeder. I will, of course, attempt to make them something prettier than that. And once you see the location, so you'll see exactly where I'm going to put the homely hostel. So join me for that. Well, now, I think that turned out a little better than the hole in the ground we had previously. What do you guys think? Love to hear from you in the comments. Don't forget, all that kind of stuff is fantastic. I love answering you guys. Come on inside and I'll show you what the interior looks like, because I did make one. Simplistic as it may be. Have a little look around here. I really wanted in this for the whole building to just be a hostel, like it says. So there's beds on both sides here for our villagers to sleep in, and there's a little bit of storage down at the end and some decoration around the sides, but it's relatively simple and I like it that way. Color palette as well is growing on me. It was an experiment, but it's growing on me. All these beds I will have to open like that, I suppose, if I want them to breed. I mustn't forget to do that. In here I'll put some bread. That's all I have at the moment is wheat. I should plant some more carrots and things, seeing as I've gotten some now from that grinder. My floor is a combination of birch sand, that's smooth sandstone right there, dark oak logs, and a little bit of moss carpet. I used terracotta, red terracotta at the top to cover over my lovely lanterns that I have in the windows to make it all shiny and bright. And each villager gets his own window, like a good cellmate. I mean, hostile visitor. Yeah. Now we have jobs to do because we have to bring these guys up and make them happy and homely in the homely hostel. Come on, guys. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? All right, finally I've coaxed this guy up the mountain using the old workstation trick like this. Again, very well behaved. I take back everything I've said about villagers in the past, and I've said some pretty spicy things about villagers in the past. One more job to do. No, where are you going? Where are you going? You were almost there. Cauldrons. He's used the cauldrons. Right, well I'll take that away and no? One around the corner. Why? Now you'll go. Be a librarian. It's a far better job and oh dear. Right, this time? Yes, all right. I forgive you all your sins. Get in. Why aren't you? Oh, the carpet. It's my fault. I'm the dumb one, not you. A little bit of baking later, and we're ready to breed these guys up. Ooh, finally, after all this time and all this preparation, we're going to get to give them a little bit of bread. Here, dinner's ready. Ding, 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 ding. You better share with your buddy there. You've taken everything, you hungry. It looks like they're having an after-dinner conversation, and this is hopeful. I'll look away so they don't... Ooh, what's happening? It's happening. I will peek. I'll peek really hard. Look how hard I'm peeking. Ooh, oh, the gates. Open the gates. They don't have beds to make a babies in. Oh, they did though. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. I love your little outfit. You silly looking little. Yeah. Look at him. Bouncy, 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 hey, hey. Why not? Hooray! Well, that's all the time I have for this episode, folks. I hope you enjoyed every second of it. If you enjoyed this video, I'll leave a card at the end here so that you can click on to another video that you might enjoy from the channel. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, and I will see you next time.